Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I just came down here to make a video. It's been a while since I had been. And I started making a video and something happened that triggered me and didn't get to make the video I wanted to. And the video I wanted to was about this composition book. I have a composition book. I have several, actually many, that I used to, in the past, making videos, I used to, like if a thought came to me and I couldn't make a video right then, I would write it on a notepad. And I think it started off with spiral notebooks, and then it became notepads, real cute ones. And then I graduated to using composition books, and I just have so many, and that I have little bitty notes. So, and they have the pollen here today as severe, I think. It's been pretty bad. Anyway, now this one, this is just a little bit I have in this. The first one was, let's see, today is April 27th, 2024. The first one in this one was 12/27/23. Hey, I have some that go back years. But that one I did something about, I did a video about, well, let's see. I had a video about, you know, that the way that we used to say, I don't know if people still say this these days, that about some people, they believe it, they have to believe it in order to see it. And they see it when, or they see it once they believe it, you know, however it was. I said it wrong that time, but yeah, I remember people going back and forth on that. You don't see it until you believe it. And yeah, and the difference between those. So, okay, anyway, I'm kind of distracted. Or you see it once you believe it, and you, I don't, now I mixed up my own head again. Oh my goodness. I get distracted because there's some strange things when something odd happens over here. I'm at a park. So anyway, okay, and then another one, I don't elaborate when I make these really brief notes, so when I go back to them, I kind of laugh. This one's from February 19th, and it says, they say, make the assumption that you don't approve of things like their lifestyle to their hair color. Now, and then I said, they are the ones making these assumptions. Okay, they assume that you are making just what I just said. Okay, and I'm like, what exactly did I mean on that? But I know a lot, in my lifetime, 60 years, I've met a lot of people who have histrionic behaviors. I was born into it, really seeing this. Very histrionic behaviors. I'm not diagnosing them, just saying look at the behaviors of histrionic personality disorders, along with like narcissistic, not like, but narcissistic, antisocial, and borderline personality disorders, cluster B and the DSM. And yeah, they have a lot of this kind of behaviors. And one of the things is sometimes they, you know, how they're a little paranoid, maybe you could say a little paranoid. So it could be on another personality disorder, just people who are highly suspicious of everything. They're very, you know, touchy. We used to call it touchy. Okay, when somebody's very touchy. But they would be assuming that we are making, you know, judging them. When maybe people, we or anybody, nobody's judging them, nobody really cares. But they would assume that. And they were making these assumptions on that. Yeah. And it would happen a lot, you know, like I said, back in the day, it's still my day. Back in those days, I knew so many touchy people, but I wasn't one to go around. I could just see it, you know, being in a classroom. And like I said, I was raised around so many people who are so dramatic. You know, they had to be the center of attention, or they just go through all of it. You know, they don't all have the same thing. One size doesn't fit all. Okay, pardon me with all these distractions, but here's another one I just wrote that on February 25th. Don't know why I wrote that. Just something I came up with in my head. It was, if your norm is abnormal, are you thinking straight? I don't know why. I don't know why. I just wrote that. That was it. Okay. Well, it makes sense. You know, like if you're living in total chaos. You know, there are a lot of people, they just are, I call them chaos creators. Man, they, you know, you can live in a family of them. Just, whether it's your family you born, or you married, or you were born in, you married into, you had yourself. You know, whatever it is. And there can be they're just total chaotic people. And they just don't stop. In my experience, the ones that could be it. You know, if you're so much in that kind of thing, are you really thinking straight? You know, you might think straight. You know, go somewhere, you're going, you know, to work and such, and you're around peaceful people. Then when you come home and there's so much chaos, so much going on, are you thinking straight? Are you thinking straight when you go out? How much does it affect you? And boy, how much this pollen is affecting my voice is just unbelievable. So, okay. Another one I just wrote. Some of these are funny. I mean, I just wrote just little bits here. Why couldn't I have elaborated what was going on? But on March 18th, and I wrote raging lunatic and then unsafe. Okay. How many of us have been around people like that? That we, I don't know if people still call them raging lunatics. And do they still use that term? And how unsafe these people are when they you know, I think many would say that it's maybe more of a borderline, you know, borderline personalities, or, you know, the ones that you walk around on eggshells, practically you feel that need to, you know, tippy-toe around them, because in just anything, just boom, they go off, and they become raging lunatics, and you know, yeah, okay, and it's just very unsafe. It's unsafe physically. It just depends on what it's all about, but emotionally, psychologically, whatever. Don't know what I meant to elaborate on that. This one I do. It was just a few days ago. It was, you know how people say this, that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's blaming the victim. Just for the record, it is. You're blaming yourself. These people that would be fooling people, or it could be, many of them, one size doesn't fit all, there could be exceptions, all that kind of good stuff. But people who usually are really good at fooling people are master manipulators. They've got it down pat. Okay, they know what they're doing and they're skilled with it. Somebody can look at you right in the face and then just, that poker face would just lie. And they seem so convincing that they're innocent and they're all this, especially histrionics that are really theatrical and really good at acting. I mean, I know that's not exactly what, well, they are. The ones I've seen, yeah. Yeah, they're really good at acting. They're really good at lying. They're really good at crying those crocodile tears. Oh my goodness, everybody's treating them wrong, and they're the little innocent ones standing by when they are the ones who are terrorizing everybody. But anyway, you know the expression, fool me once, shame on you. You know, fool me twice, shame on me. Here's another thing. Have you ever heard one say it like this? Adam said it made me laugh. But he said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. But the way he said it, yeah, that's exactly true. Don't blame the victim. But some people, what it made me think of was some people, when they say that, it's because, you know, they're not blaming them. So they're not going to admit guilt. You know, they are the type that in another situation, not about fooling, but in any situation, the other person is always going to be at fault, no matter what. like histrionics. You know, they're sitting there, like I said, they're the holy terrors, and or people with borderline, any of these or none. I'm not diagnosing, like I said, and they're just so, you know, they can always put the blame, and then they might even come up with something so stupid as the reason why the other person is to blame, that it makes absolutely no sense. It's not at all logical. It doesn't even flow with the situation, but they will, whatever they can find, they will do to say, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. It doesn't have to be about fooling, like I said. It's about something else. Shame on you, shame on you. Yeah, they're not going to have it. They accept no responsibility or blame at all. I had to delete a clip because there was somebody short. I don't know if it was a child or not, and I don't put other people's kids in my videos. Anyway, try not to. I'm not a perfect being. Anyway, but I was saying that another thing that we used to say years ago, I don't know if people still say it today, is this or that, about the way we summed it up was, some people will learn from other people's bad experiences. You know, think about that. You know, you don't have to have the experience yourself to know how to respond to it, or that kind of situation can happen, to think about it. You know, that you don't have to learn. You learn from what happened in that person's experience. Okay, but some people, yeah, that's more of an old school. I wrote down old school way of looking at it, of saying it, not looking at it, but saying it. But there are some people, they won't learn from anything until they experience it. Like, they could have heard you say it 1,000,000 times, or not even just once. Say, look, this is what happened to me with this person. You know, I thought she was nice, and turns out she was a total jerk and caused a lot of problems for me in my life, and this is how she did it, and it was all real and all that. And you say that the other person says, oh, I think she's not that bad. I don't know if I believe you. She's just, or they might not even say they don't want to believe you, but it's there, it's implied. They're not going to believe what you say about this other person. They just don't believe it. They don't want to believe it. You know, it goes back to that, they believe when they see it and all this kind of stuff. But then that person turns on them. That she turned on her, and you know, was rude, hateful, mean, caused her all kinds of problems, whatever it was. Then she says, oh, yeah, I know. Now I understand what you mean. Okay, why do you think that? Why would you think a person can't learn from you saying, hey, she's really bad? You know, she comes off all nice and sweet in person, you know, but she's two-faced, and she's this and she's that. Another one, two-faced. But why do you think? One of the things I was thinking about recently is a person that does that, besides being, you know, like the know-it-all type, that they know better. Oh, you're just wrong. You're reading it wrong. You misunderstood the poor innocent woman. And this is that they just think they know it all, and that you're wrong. Some people are always going to think you're wrong. You know, but another one is that they lack empathy. See, they can't relate to your experience because they lack empathy. You know, really, plain and simple. They lack empathy. They cannot feel empathy. Or they feel so little of it, but they just can't. They just can't enough. See what I'm saying? Okay, this is just me getting through some of this list, so it's not going to go real flow. You'll never do my videos flow. It flowed my way, but not other people's. Anyway, the last one I had written was 2 days ago, actually. And it was that I've experienced this in many different, you know, maybe not myself experiencing it, but I have experienced it, and I have seen other people experience it. Remember the empathy thing? And I could understand what they were going through. Yeah, I feel empathy, lots of empathy. But something that happened recently made me think about this. again, and you know, there are various types of ways this can happen. That is when someone or something or some employee, let's say employer or family member or friend or coach, you know, your coach in school, or you know, if you're an adult who plays this or that, and whatever it is. I'm not talking about people who call themselves life coaches. No. Anyway. But people who set you up to fail, to get to it. Set you up to fail. And they get a kick out of it. It's just what they do. It's how they are. You know, it's the scorpion. Or they really get a kick out of it, so they do it not just, whatever way they do it. They will set you up to fail. And especially, this can happen like at jobs where you have no real merit. Yeah, you know, you might know what I'm talking about. Like you could work hard for something, really work. You're doing some of the work that some other people might not want to do, and you're really working hard, and they don't care. Some of them are setting you up to fail. They might have better offers, they think, or whatever it is. And what else have I seen this in? I've seen it in a lot of times, because I remember saying that whole thing about they were setting everybody up to fail. But you have to wonder, why would somebody? Some of it's because they get a kick out of it. Some people get a kick out. It's a power thing, power and control. And they want to. Some people, it may be that they really want to show how insignificant other people are, or how that they can rule their world. Just beating them down. Really, to show them, I rule your world. And there's some of them, it's just, they don't even realize they're doing it. It can be so many places on the spectrum and all that stuff. Anyway, I think that's enough. I've done enough for today. Talk to y'all in another video. Bye.